What's happening, folks? Time for another wrestling rant. Wrestling rant is a weekly rant I go on about the wrestling that I watched this past week. The good, the bad, the indifferent, the boring that transpired throughout this week from Raw, from Dynamite, and from SmackDown. So let's get right to it. Monday Night Raw this past week. I tell you, there's still heavy focus on the ladies, which is fine. I mean, they really have to like push some new female superstars. I know since they released several, and they was doing that with Roxanne Perez and Julia against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Now I say it was absolutely adorable when Rhea did the little Io Sky emote. That was absolutely adorable. So the whole Io and Rhea thing was just cute, and they're elevating more of the women like Julia and Roxanne Perez. And Julia, she got drafted to SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken. So we got that, and with Seth and Sami Zayn, CM Punk, and Braun Breaker, we got that tag team happening. That tag team match happened from their brouhaha that happened this past Monday. So they have a tag team match happening on Saturday's main event, which is this Saturday. And is it just me or these events happening like back to back to back to back? I'm like, wait a minute, we just did WrestleMania, just had Backlash, and now it's Saturday's main event. I'm like, man, these are a lot of events happening really quick. But we'll see what happens there. I'm leaning towards Sami Zayn turning on CM Punk, and it just I'm leaning on that. So I hope something interesting happens, not just a match where Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins win. Something big needs to happen. Because I know Roman's coming back too, so I think he's scheduled to be at Saturday's main event. So yeah, something big's gotta happen. And Raw was Raw for the most part, other than that. Those are the parts that stuck to me the most. Now, we have to move on. I didn't watch NXT. Nah, I couldn't do it. But we definitely have to move on to Dynamite. Dynamite. What's happening in AEW? It's just sad. It's just sad. It's getting really hard to watch it because of the utter nonsense. I mean, it's bright spots in there. I like what the Hurt Syndicate is doing. I do like that. I do like Megan Bain. I don't know. I think that lady's a superstar. I like Willow Nightingale. I like her. I like Chris Statlander, who they just beat constantly. It's a shame. I mean, we got the Death Riders and the Young Bucks together. Just horrible. I mean, the fact that the Young Bucks are coming, we're the founding father. No, they're still on this whole little EVP deal because during the cage match Moxley had with Samoa Joe, in which Moxley won. So the nonsense with the belt being hidden in the briefcase still continues, but the fact that the Young Bucks came out during Moxley's match, they came out. They had a controller to raise and lower the cage. Why do they have access to that? Why is the thing that they had? Why wasn't it connected to a power source? What are we doing here? It's so childish. It's so childish and so dumb. And then Swerve came out, and now with all the knuckleheads in the ring, you got the Bucks, the Death Riders, the Ops, and Swerve came out. Everyone decided to clear the ring like he's that dangerous. You had your house burned down, and the guy took out your teeth. He sounds dangerous to me, but that was Adam Page, and there you go with that. He's not dangerous. He's a cowboy who rides a hybrid and sucks. Yes, he sucks. His personality sucks. He comes out with this gravelly voice, and he's talking. Not like he's talking like whenever he talks like he's reciting Shakespeare or something, and doing it badly. Not a fan. And then they're setting up this whole nonsense for anarchy in the arena, as to where it's going to be all of them doing a whole bunch of goofy spots, in which Moxley's going to bleed, of course, and the Bucks are going to do the Buck things. I wouldn't be surprised if someone had I mean, they've already set somebody on fire doing one of these things, so what's left? They already had exploding super kicks that Moxley kicked out at 2. They've done this already. So what else are they going to do? Is someone going to fall off the cage while they even going on top of it? It's going to be a typical garbage outlaw mud show match that makes no rhyme or reason, and they're more likely going to have a flat finish. So upsetting to watch. Now, on to SmackDown, in which SmackDown was pretty good. SmackDown was fairly good. We got Solo antagonizing Jacob Fatu, which is, I did think that was a little bit weird. Like, why was he doing it, Jacob's phrases, and then doing the Jacob shake and everything? I'm like, that's kind of odd. You know, I know they're setting up for the turn, but they don't need to make Jacob do anything to be a babyface. He's over with what he does. As long as he's all gas, no brakes, everything will be just fine with him. Now Jeff Cobb had a match with LA Knight, which was supposed to show off how impressive Jeff Cobb was, and it just, okay. He did have a better presentation than he did in AEW. At least he won. he won too. But we'll see what goes. With a name like JC, whatever his last name is. But I'd say the main event on SmackDown, Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, in which, man, they work together. They work well together. They work really well together. And Nia took that dropkick, she got busted open the hard way right over the corner of the eye too. She got cracked. I was like, oh, Tiffany kicked the crap out of that chair right into her face. That was good. That was good. And she dinged her. I hope she didn't get concussed because of that, because she did get cracked. She got cracked good, and Tiffany won. And yeah, so we'll see how that is. We'll see where that goes, and I want to know who's Tiffany's next opponent is. If it's Naomi, because you see Naomi and Jade having their little thing about the title. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm ready for Bianca to come back. I know her hands are still jacked, but I'm ready for Bianca to come back and really put some competition on for Tiffany Stratton. So I'm looking forward to that. But all in all, wrestling, I say it was, this week in wrestling, B-, because some parts you could easily zone out of. I mean, Raw was happening. I mean, SmackDown with the 3-hour show. Jesus, man, that 3-hour show is rough sometimes. I can't even lie, it's rough, and it feel like it drags on. Especially that last hour, just drags to me. I know they got a healthy dose of talent. I know they got a lot of talent. They got to get airtime. But man, these shows are long sometimes. Really long. But y'all let me know what you think.
Build up that number very quickly. The aura radius observable is increased by ability.
And so y'all let me know what y'all think, y'all, this past week in wrestling. What are your highlights? What are your lowlights? What are the good, bad, the in between? And what are you looking forward to this coming week? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.